Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Outdoors with Geoff. Today I'm going to be cooking a 9.5 pound pork picnic shoulder. I tend to like these cuts a little more so than a regular pork shoulder just because you tend to get a little bit different flavor with the texture of meat that you get from the picnic. For my rubs today, I'm going to be using Gospel Barbecue Rub and Honey Hot Hog Rub, both from Meat Church. I find that both of these rubs work great for me on both pork and chicken. This cook is going to run between 9 and 10 hours, so today I'm using B&B Charcoal Briquettes. This is one of my favorites to use on long cooks. As you can see, the briquette is a little bit larger, but it provides for a long, even, consistent cook, and you don't use anywhere near as much charcoal as you would with some of the other brands. Today we're going to be cooking on the Masterbuilt 560, and here I'm preheating the grill to 250 degrees. With this being a larger cut of pork, I definitely like to get a good amount of seasoning on the meat here. And one of the most important things I believe in is definitely letting your meat rest. As you can see by this time lapse, you can see how the seasoning just gets absorbed and pulled into the product, and it provides a good, nice color to let you know when it's ready to go on the smoker. On my cook today, I'm using hickory and some apple wood. I also have wood inside the chute mixed in with the charcoal as well. I'm also using a water pan on this cook just to help maintain a little bit of moisture in the shoulder. As you can see, the rest provided a good amount of time for that rub to soak in, and that's going to help provide us a great looking bark in the end here. I'm also spraying a little bit of cooking spray onto the skin just to make sure it doesn't turn too dark during our cook. I'm going to be covering that with a towel as well during the cook. Here's what we're looking like after an hour cook. As you can see, the rub is starting to adhere to the meat and we're starting to get a pretty good bark going. The color is nice. And as you can see, the skin is not turning too dark, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that with a little more cooking spray. Also threw some brats on there for lunch. We've hit the 2-hour mark here, and I'm just getting the pork shoulder covered in a good spray of a mix of apple cider vinegar and water. And I'm also going to go ahead and spray a little bit more cooking spray on that collar just to make sure we keep that color as nice as we can keep it during this cook and not have it get too dark. At this point, I'm also going to insert a temp probe into the pork shoulder so we can start to monitor the temperature here. We're looking to go ahead and get up to around that 160, 165 degree mark. I continue to spray the pork shoulder about every hour, 15 minutes with the apple cider vinegar spray. And here's where we're sitting when the alarm went off, letting me know that the pork shoulder reached 165 degrees. Got some very nice color on it, got a good bark built up, and this thing is ready to be wrapped. Like I said, I was very satisfied with the color. On here you can see the rubs really did a great job at creating a good bark, and I went ahead and wrapped it and put it back on the smoker, and I'm going to let this run up until 195 degrees. Masterbuilt app let me know I hit 195 degrees internal, and it was time to take this pork shoulder off. The color and the texture of this bark came out amazing. You can see even the collar has a nice bit of red in it as well. I went ahead and made my glaze with my Sweet Baby Ray's and apple cider vinegar, and went ahead and put it back on the smoker for about another 15 minutes just to let that glaze tack up. I took the pork shoulder off and let it rest for about a half hour before pulling it into pulled pork. This ended up being around a 10-hour cook, but as you can see, this thing came out amazing. The flavor profiles with the Gospel barbecue rub and the Honey Hot Hog barbecue rub were excellent. It was a nice barbecue flavor with a nice bit of heat on the back end of it. And as you can see, the bone came out clean. It was very tender. And you can tell that we had some great pulled pork, and you can see an excellent smoke ring in there. The smoke flavor was excellent with the hickory and the apple. Thank you for watching, guys. Feel free to leave a comment in the section below to let me know what you thought of the cook. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can see when we have more content coming out. And thank you again for watching, and stay outdoors.